Beyond the Mic with Sean Dillon.
We're joined on the Starline by a writer. You've read him in The First Call, SI.com, and previously covered golf for ESPN and the Tampa Bay Times. The past president of the Golf Writers Association of America and author of Drive, The Lasting Legacy of Tiger Woods. We welcome Bob Harig.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you having me.
Bob, let's go beyond the mic. You've had a good relationship with Tiger Woods over the years. After 10 in the 2020 Masters, there was, you called it, quote, a small, simple reminder of his resiliency, his determination, unquote. How has his determination and drive changed from the beginning?
You know, I think it goes all the way back. I'm not sure that it has changed all that much. I think it's a big part of why he is who he is. Certainly, he has immense skills. You know, you're not going to do some of the things he does just because you try hard. He was amazingly gifted, incredible skills, hit the ball a long way, very supple in his early days, very flexible, could hit the ball a mile, great short game, worked on all those aspects. But there's just, when you consider all the money that he made and the fact that it's just easy to get complacent, he almost never did. And it really kind of shines through today. Even trying to come back from the car crash and try to play the limited golf he plays now, you might say, well, why? What's the point? You know, he doesn't need to prove anything anymore. He doesn't need to go out there and grind and try to compete with the best players in the world, but yet he still wants to try. And there's immense pride. He doesn't want to go out there and look bad. And so I think it's carried all the way through, and it obviously helped propel him to some of the accomplishments that we know about today.
What's the one fact that amazes you about Tiger after covering him all these years?
You know, we talk about the 82 tour wins and the 15 majors. Making the cut is sort of, we take it for granted. But you've got to make the cut at full field events to be able to have a chance to win. And sometimes you don't have it the first day or two. And, Tiger's attitude always is, if I make the cut, I have a chance to win. Some guys play to make the cut, then they relax. Tiger's idea was, I don't want the cut to be an issue. But every now and then it was. And he had to grind it out on a Friday, and almost always did, even to this day. He's been a pro for, 27 years, and he's missed 23 cuts worldwide. A good majority of those are in the last 10 years when his game has been diminished due to injury. I mean, but even today, he's going to go to the Masters in 2 weeks, and he'll have a chance to set the all-time Masters record for consecutive cuts made. It's not in consecutive years, but in times played, because Tiger's missed a few. But he's tied with Gary Player and Fred Couples with 23. If he makes the cut, it'll be a record of 24. I mean, that Tiger has immense pride in thinking about that. But yet he'll probably answer, well, I can't win if I don't make the cut. So I think that's a good example. There's others. There was a year where he shot 85 at the Memorial in 2015, and it had to be terribly embarrassing for him. He was really going through a rough time with his back and injuries, and he had to come out the next day because this happened on a Saturday. He had made the cut, then shot 85. So he's in last place by a lot. And there was an uneven number of players in the field, so he teed off first by himself on Sunday morning. And there were still thousands of people with him teeing off at 8 a.m. And he grinded out that round like he was trying to win the tournament. Tiger just had a lot of pride and did not want to disappoint not only himself, but those who came to watch.
So what made Tiger's cut streak so impressive to someone who doesn't follow golf as much as you do, and who has the potential of coming halfway, just halfway to matching it?
Yeah, I mean, the guy right now who has the longest streak on the PGA Tour is Xander Schauffele. He's made 42 in a row. So he's only 100 behind. It would probably take him 4 years, maybe 3 to 4 years to get there. And, think of all the things that you have to have go right to not miss one. You'd have thought a guy like Rory McIlroy could do it, or the closest in Tiger's time is like into the 50s. Nobody's even gotten halfway. And if somebody does get to 50 or 60, that's incredible in this time. There's just one thing is Tiger spaced out his golf, and that probably helped him be fresher. So he was very, very committed every time he played. A lot of guys play more, and so sometimes they're willing to allow themselves a bad week. They don't mind missing a cut. It's like, yeah, you know what? I probably played too many weeks in a row. So this is a sign, and so that's how most of our minds work, not his.
It's time for the Rocking 88 random questions. Answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. There's no pressure. Bob, what's your favorite memory at the Indiana Daily Student newspaper?
I covered the last game that Michael Jordan ever played in college. So this is dating me. But Indiana beat North Carolina in the NCAA tournament.
Are you in favor or not in favor of the PGA reshuffle?
I actually kind of like it the way it is.
Best golf course you've ever played?
Augusta National.
Bob, do you still have your copy of Pinpointers?
Yes, I do.
What's the best round you ever shot?
76.
What's the best round you ever saw before you saw Tiger Woods play?
Ooh, wow. That's a good one. Before Tiger Woods. I would say it was a Masters like around 19. Oh, no, you know what? Fred Couples at the Players Championship in 1993 shot a great final round to win at Sawgrass.
Do you like the Waste Management Phoenix Open 16th green or not?
I do. I think it's great. They need to get a little bit under control. They need to push back a little bit, but I like it.
In the long run, who will win, Live or PGA?
Ooh, good one. I think the PGA will.
It's time for One Big Question with author of Drive, Bob Harig, Beyond the Mic. Bob, how did your Evans Scholarship at Indiana for golf caddies help you love the game even more?
Yeah, well, it's a life-changing thing, that scholarship. I went to because I had been a caddy, I earned a scholarship that got me 4 years of paid tuition at Indiana. It's a pretty remarkable program, really, and it forged friendships and made me appreciate the game even more. I always had that tie to it. It's sort of ironic that I went into it for a career. I wasn't necessarily expecting that. I've covered all kinds of sports, obviously it kept me close to the game. I've always enjoyed walking when I play golf. I recommend it highly. And if you can take a caddy, there's probably no better experience.
Where can people find your work?
SI.com is probably the best place. I'm on Twitter at Bob Harig, Harig.
He loved watching Fred Couples play Augusta, shot a 76 once, and wants you to read Drive, The Lasting Legacy of Tiger Woods. Bob Harig, thanks for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it.
And that, my friends, is a Beyond the Mic shortcut. If you're enjoying these conversations, please check out another Beyond the Mic episode to find more actors, artists, and people you need to know. We'd also appreciate a like and subscribe on the Good Pods app.